All right, brother. Last topic of the day. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Whoa.
Damn, bro, there's too many flies, dude.
Well, you got your snack wrap lying around, dog.
Oh, yeah? All right, here you go.
Dude, that's not going to change anything. All right, what's up, brother?
What's
What's
up,
up,
bro?
brother? How you been? You good? All right, I hope you guys been well. Today, our topic of the day is, will you be teaching your kids your native language?
Of course.
What is your native language?
Korean.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
I'm pretty sure you're going to teach your kids, right?
Oh, obviously I am, but how important is your native language to you?
Well, I mean, I don't take it as very important.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like if it's just a necessity to know, but like not like important as if like you have to like know every every single.
No, but in this case, it's your language, which is
Uh-huh.
Korean. All right, no, but for those who don't know, when we're referring to our native language, so for Daniel, it's Korean,
Right.
and for me, it's Vietnamese. Even though we speak mainly English, people will be like, "Oh, isn't your native language like English? Because that what you speak mainly every day." It's like, no, no, no. Native language is like your, I guess your culture, like your origins, what your parents taught you and stuff. But yeah, so for our native language, Daniel's is Korean, mine's Vietnamese. So how important is Korean to you, the language?
Damn. I have never thought about that, bro.
No. See, this one, I'm gonna start this one with you, and then I'm gonna take over the answer. It's all you. All right. Because I know the answer. I already told him. I know how you would feel about this topic. Yeah.
I think it's important.
Okay. Why so?
Damn, how do I put this in words, bro? I think it's just.
Why is it important to you to speak your Korean?
I think it's more because I think the way how I think is more like I think if you know like if you kind of know like the secondary language type of thing just to know.
So, but technically, Korean is not your secondary language. It's your main first language. But
Yeah, that's
so
true.
even though English, you do speak English more, it's primary. But Korean is your first language that you learn. So that is
first
considered your native language.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So why is it so important to you?
Dang. It's for me to teach the kid, right?
No, just to you, the language, because that's later down the line. So why is Korean, the language, your native tongue language, so important?
You know, I thought like I was like asking why is it important for the kids?
No, that'll be later down the line. But to you, why is
why
Korean?
is it important?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I mean, obviously, that was the language I learned,
Yes.
and then especially like, and especially I had education in Korea for like 5 years,
Yeah.
So
So it is important.
it
to
is
you.
important, yeah.
The reason why this question right here is very important because I think a lot of people are losing touch with their culture because I think language is a major part of a culture, right? Like English, obviously we live in America, so it's like mostly dominant language here. But like a lot of times, if you ask kids nowadays, can you speak your parents' native language? They'd be like, no, because the parents decide they grew up here, they learned English, but then they just taught their kids English because it was the easier route. Not saying all parents do, but oftentimes they teach their kids just English so that it's easier for everyone. You know what I mean? It's easier for them to get accustomed to school because most of the time in school, what are you going to be learning? Speaking and stuff. English. Yeah, but then to me, the native language, like for me, it's Vietnamese, is very important because it is a part of who I was or who I am because that's the only way I can really speak to my parents. And then culturally, I think it's very important. A language of any culture is very important because if you don't continue speaking it, the tradition is lost.
Basically, you're losing you.
Yeah, in a sense, because obviously
that's actually a really good reason.
Yeah.
that's really good. I know.
Because
why did I not thought about this? That's a really good reason.
Think about it, because we mainly speak English most of the day, right? And then oftentimes, obviously, your parents don't speak English. You only speak to them in Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the only time you're really using it. But then you're still continuing the tradition of your culture, your Korean culture. Because obviously, food is a main part, but language is also a big factor of a culture.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors.
Yeah.
100%.
So how fluent are you in your native language?
Ooh, I'm very fluent.
Like read, write, and speak?
Ooh.
All three. That's the main three. Okay, I'll go first. I cannot read. I cannot write. I can only speak and understand it, like slightly. But I can like sometimes because you know how every language has like different like synonyms and antonym, certain phrases like it's like raining cats and dogs. I don't know all of that, but I can like hold a conversation.
I'm gonna say I'm moderately fluent. Right?
Okay.
I could speak.
Okay, speak.
Okay, I can speak. I can read, but I have to read really slowly.
Okay, so
And
you
then-
know how to
Yeah,
read.
read. But
Okay.
then
when
when I
writes?
write like shit, because they have so much of those like I don't know how to explain this, bro. It's just I mean yeah, like Korean is like it only has what I don't know. I forgot how many alphabets, but like 20 plus alphabet.
24, I believe.
24, yeah,
Or something like that.
I was thinking 24, but I don't want to give you guys a wrong answer.
Yeah, well, I'm be
But-
honest, I don't even know that's the right answer. I'll put it right
yeah,
here, but
well, yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I always have problem with writing.
Yeah.
Like when I text my mom, like
Oh.
or my dad, I try.
I
But
don't-
the way I text was like it's either one. If I say something wrong, it's like it says something really rude,
Oh yeah, I know what you're
or like I said something and they like what they don't know what the fuck I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, so when I
Yeah.
communicate with, I can speak fluently with my mom and dad, right? But when it comes to like, if they send me a text, you know, the thing I have to do is I have to Google Translate it.
Oh, shit.
And half the time it doesn't even come out the correct way. So basically, I have to Google Translate what they send me, or I have to call them up like, hey, what'd you say? Stuff like that, you know what I mean?
I think in general, every language is. I mean, I feel like the hardest ever is like writing it, and maybe like reading it sometimes.
It's hard to say because
Yeah.
I took,
I don't know in general because like my point is it's so easy to speak.
well, because as a baby, when your parents are talking to you, you're absorbing that thing and saying it over and over and over. Whereas trying to learn a new language.
Well, that
now,
too,
yeah.
but also in general, like people taking courses, you know,
Yeah.
like it's really easy to speak, you know, but then it's really hard to read it, right?
Yeah. But then oftentimes when you're learning a new language, you learn by reading and writing it, then being able to speak it.
I think it's because it's more required that you have to know the characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so that's my opinion, bro.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Now we're gonna get into the juicy part. Will you be
okay,
teaching your
juicy
kids?
part, uh-huh.
Okay. Will you be teaching your kids your language?
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to teach them the language because.
Well, no, don't ask me. Will you be teaching your kids?
So are you saying I'll be teaching?
Will you be teaching your kids?
Like I'll be like teaching them
it's not,
instead
it's
of
not,
like.
it's not like. Oh, I mean, yeah, it'd be good for them to know, but the question
okay,
is,
okay.
are you gonna teach them? Remember the next three, depending on your answer, the next two questions, you could either sound like a really dumbass, or you can be really. You can read the question beforehand, but I'm telling you right now, your answer for this question will lead to the next two questions. It will make your next two questions very easy, or you're gonna look
So
like a
just
dumbass.
to be clear,
Yes.
so does that question mean like, will I be teaching the kid, or can it be like, well, like other independent teachers teaching them type of
No,
thing?
no.
It has
Okay,
to be me specifically.
so for
right?
you, obviously, you could definitely put them in like Korean classes, and that's up to them if they want to learn or not. You know what I mean? But in this case, it's you at your house.
Oh, like if I'm
I
gonna
would
teach
teach
you.
Yeah, that's the question. Will you be teaching your kids?
Okay, okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure before I answer the question.
Because the final two questions, or the next two questions after this question, it does get really difficult depending on your answer now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
I
So
got the
question.
I got the structure. So will I be teaching my kids
Yeah.
to speak your native language? Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I mean, well, first reason is you know, because I know Korean, you know,
Yeah.
and you know, so I think it's also good for them to know the language,
Yeah.
the Korean language.
Yeah,
you know.
definitely, yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
as a
Or
second,
your native
I mean, like I said, like, you know, yes, like we talked about how English is like, you know, what you're gonna talk the most in this world, like in this like area and stuff like that. But then, it's always good to learn different languages, and I feel like
Oh yeah. The question is, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I know what you're trying to do, but the question is, obviously, it is good for them to learn a language.
Uh-huh.
But the question is, are you? Yes.
yeah.
Okay, definitely.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that. Okay. So yeah, for me, I'm definitely gonna be teaching my kids will learn Vietnamese, even though my girlfriend, she only understands Vietnamese and not speak Vietnamese, but my kids in my household will be learning Vietnamese. Straight up. That's 100% fact. They will be learning, even though when I'm teaching them, they're gonna pick up some slangs that they're gonna sound stupid, but they're gonna be able to understand it. They're gonna understand it and be able to speak it. I'm not really too concerned about them reading and writing it, unless I'll give them a choice if they want to take like Vietnamese school. I took Vietnamese school for a while. They couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're gonna be able to speak it and understand it. That's from my person. So then the next one is, how will you be teaching your kids?
I mean, how am I gonna teach my kids? Well, I mean, it's just simple, like basic stuff. You know what I mean? Like if
I don't know.
like let's just say,
Yeah.
for example, right?
Yeah.
Like when you wake up, you say like "Good morning" in Korean, or like, just like start off basic. You know, like hello, goodbye. You know, this is dinner. The food stuff like.
Do you know why? I know this topic is very difficult because I know the reason why it's gonna be hard for you and your household is because your girl or your wife, she doesn't understand Korean. So when it's gonna be, first off, when you're raising kids, it's extra tiring. There's a reason why a lot of parents nowadays only stick to English, because one, you're really tired, and two, you can't be going back and forth because your wife, she doesn't speak Korean like that. So as you're telling your kids certain things in Korean, your wife's like, what the hell did you just say? And then you might flip out and be like, you know what? Forget this. I'm sticking to English.
No.
Yeah.
No. But then I'm answering because, obviously, my wife, she said she was gonna take a Korean class.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm answering this. If she didn't take it, then I would have thought of it differently.
Okay. Yeah.
But because like she's gonna take Korean classes soon.
Yeah.
Based on what she told me. So yeah. So anyways, yes. I mean, how will I teach? Well, we'll start from the basic.
Yeah.
You know, and then
Will you beat their ass if they don't speak it?
No. Like I'm not gonna
kidding.
pressure them too much.
Yeah.
Like just
Hold on.
because
No, you're good to go.
Oh, yeah, I'm not gonna pressure them too much just because they said it wrong. I
Yeah.
mean, it takes time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Those things, takes time for them to learn. So that's what I think.
Yeah. So for me, it's like similar to you. I'm just gonna talk to them in first it's always gonna be Vietnamese, and then I'm gonna say in English. So basically, a lot of times you can. So it's like, how what's a mixture? What's a how? So for Vietnamese and English is Vitlish. Do you have a Korean?
Yeah,
thing?
Konglish. No, search it up.
I'm not. You said it with so much confidence, like Konglish. Yeah, but that's like,
Yeah,
it's like
Konglish.
obviously I'm gonna mix two language in, so they're gonna understand like certain things. I'm gonna be like, hey, let's go, blah blah. And then if they meet my grandparents, I'll be like, hey, did you say hi to them in Vietnamese and stuff like that? I'm gonna make sure they understand. Certainly, I want them to be able to hold a conversation. You know, the reason why I can, this part right here is gonna be a little easier for me teaching them.
What?
Is the first one where my parents take care of them. Only Vietnamese.
Only Vietnamese.
Only Vietnamese. And then for my girlfriend's parents, when I hand them off to them, I'm only gonna tell them only Vietnamese, no English. That's literally why it's gonna be easier on me for them to
That's
understand.
true.
Because the only way they can communicate with their grandparents is Vietnamese.
Vietnamese, yeah.
Yeah, obviously my girlfriend's parents, they speak English too, but they also speak Vietnamese, and I'm gonna let them know, like, hey, if you can you please speak to them in Vietnamese?
Right.
Yeah, because
I could kind of see why. Like
Yeah.
you say, it'll be a little bit difficult for us, like me and Cynthia.
Yeah, in a sense.
Yeah,
Well, it's
in
not
a
going to be
sense.
difficult because when they see, I was hoping you say when they talk to your parents, which is their grandparents, they only Korean, so that would make it easier on you.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true
so
too.
that's
Yeah.
why. See, I want to let you go first so you can get the idea out, so you can build on it. But yeah, so that
I mean,
part.
yeah, that's another possibility too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like because my parents only speak
Korean, yeah.
I mean, well, my dad is trying to speak English.
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
but
I mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
like,
so, but-
90% of the time they'll speak Korean. So,
yeah, so Korean.
yeah.
So that's literally a gateway right there too when they're taking care of the kids. For me, it'd be just Vietnamese because obviously my parents don't speak English like that. Obviously they understand, but I'm gonna tell them like just Vietnamese. Oh yeah, but teaching them, I'm obviously gonna repeat, say it in Vietnamese first, and then.
Damn, this is a good topic, bro.
Yeah, repeat it English if need be. See, for me,
this is
my
a
girlfriend,
good
she
topic.
understands Vietnamese, but she can't speak it. So that even though I don't have that difficulty where if I say something in Vietnamese, my girlfriend or my wife at that time won't understand or will understand what I'm saying. You know what I mean? She'll know, be like, okay. Instead of me saying like, she'll be like, what did you just say to the kids? I'm like, you know what I mean?
What'd you just say to the kids?
Yeah. So I'm there. That's how I'm gonna teach them. I'm gonna speak to them as much in Vietnamese as possible, and then obviously mixing English because I want them to know English by the time they get to school and stuff. You know what I mean? Because that's what they're gonna be learning to. That's how they're gonna interact with their kids or the kids there. Yeah. Okay, last question. How difficult do you think it would be to teach your kids the language?
That's why I said this is a good topic, bro.
Yeah, that's last question. That's why.
Damn.
Well, I already gave you one of the points. Is because I didn't know your wife was taking Korean, so I guess that could.
Well, yeah, because she's planning to take it like on spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think originally she was gonna take it this year,
Yeah.
but the problem was because obviously at September she has a trip with your bae.
Yeah.
So I think during that time there's a admission rule,
Yeah.
but when she comes back it's gonna end anyways. But anyways, I'm sorry for going off track. How difficult do you think it will be to teach your kids the language?
To you in your household, if you were at home right now and you had a kid,
It'll be moderate.
Moderate,
I'll say because it's not everything's not gonna be easy.
Yeah,
Like,
obviously, raising a kid is not easy.
it's not easy. But I mean, but if you continue, but at the end of the day, in the long run, if you teach them well and stuff like that, it pays back. It's kind of like that moment where, like when you teach them and then they can speak on their own.
Yeah.
Like you feel proud because like
they
you're like,
absorb the information stuff.
oh, I feel like they know now. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain this, bro.
I think the way you're trying to say it is, it's for them. It's basically on them, also on the kid to pick it up too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They usually pick up because kids have a lot of time. They're just sitting around, obviously. So whatever they hear, they tend to pick up.
Right.
Stuff like that. So for me, how difficult do I think it would be? The only difficult part that I would see is when I'm talking to my girlfriend or when she's my wife at that time. Because we'll be speaking in English. Because I can't speak. I mean, I can speak to her Vietnamese, but then most of the time she'll be speaking back in English.
So the kids will see.
So basically, both sides in a sense. Because obviously, but at home, because most of the time the kids will be with us at home. With like most of the time the grandparents aren't around. So I'll be speaking to her in like English and stuff like that. So the kids will pick up English on that part. So they wouldn't. With the interaction between me and my girl, it's not gonna be Vietnamese. It's gonna be English. So that's the only time that they probably wouldn't pick up Vietnamese. But in my mouth, but when I'm talking to them, I'll probably speak to them in Vietnamese and then translate it to them. Stuff like that. Yeah, that's the only difficulty part I can think. Because when they're with their grandparents,
that would have been the same as me.
Yeah.
If she didn't
take Korean.
Korean.
But most of the time, that
would have been the same situation for me as well.
Yeah. The reason why I brought this topic up today is because we talked about it with Ryan. I talked with Ryan way back in the day too.
Oh really?
Yeah, because he doesn't know Chinese or Cantonese.
What is Ryan again?
He's a Chinese boy.
Yeah,
he's a Chinese boy. No, but yeah,
I see you, Ryan. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But yeah. So the reason why I bring this topic is a lot of kids nowadays don't know their native tongue because their parents just kept talking to them in English. Yeah, because that's the easier route.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm not saying all parents do that, but I understand. I kind of understand it, but it's like you're tired and the easiest way to communicate is just English because that's what you know.
Right.
Yeah, and then obviously the kids just pick up English at home. If a kid can't learn unless they hear it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to process that. I'm like,
It's all good, but yeah, definitely I would hope most people would learn a second language or their native language at least. And the best time is usually as a kid. Because as a kid, a baby and stuff, you hear that word and you're just repeating it over and over and over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because nowadays, it's very hard to learn a language.
It is.
Yeah, it's very hard as an adult because even though you're taking the class and stuff, the only way to really learn it is you have to speak it.
Yeah.
Every day fluently, even if you take class and stuff.
No, that's true, bro. Yeah.
Well,
it is hard.
Yeah. Well, hope you guys enjoy that one. Let us know if you actually speak your native language. Subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.